Is your coach talking too much? I think most coaches talk too much. Today we're going to talk about the player-centered approach that we take and the focus funnel we use to try and shortcut communication to make it as effective as possible, resulting in less talk and more action when we're on the court. A player-centered approach to me really means that the player is our client and we are doing anything we can to get them the results they need. So whereas most practices are really designed around what fits the coach best, keeping things organized in a way that doesn't seem too chaotic and giving the coach plenty of time for anecdotes and storytelling and lots of talk time that really doesn't benefit the players that much. So looking from the player's perspective, they're standing around on a court wanting to play basketball and having to listen to a lot of words, most of which they're not going to retain and be able to translate to anything effective. So our approach is around designing a practice experience that is catered to A, fitting and meeting the player's needs, and then B, achieving results. So rather than going through the traditional grind mentality where we want to do a lot of activity that makes us sweat regardless of impact results, we want to find every shortcut we can to get the player to the results they need as fast as possible. And one of the ways we do that is using what we call a focus funnel. It comes from the Tag Teach methodology that allows us to filter and funnel down our instructions from 3 stages of the lesson, giving the big overall context, and then the instructions, which filters that down to the actual skill we're going to execute, and then finally the tag point or the focus point, where we're saying the final instructions in 5 words or less, so the player knows with absolute certainty exactly what we are looking for them to do. And then the final part is just saying yes when they achieve that specific result we're looking for. So again, the 3 stages of filtering down instructions kind of shortcuts our communication to the player. So when they get to the point of taking action, they know precisely what action they're about to take, and they know when they hear yes from us, they have done it correctly. The second use of the term focus funnel in our play practice formula program is how we go about taking all the data we gathered around the player in our discovery phase and funneling that down to 3 priorities. So we're taking our game film analysis, our conversation with parents, with coaches, with teammates, our on-court evaluation, and 3 different assessment tools that the player uses to kind of give themselves a self-assessment. We take all that data and in a discussion on our Zoom call with the player, we sort through all that and come out with 3 priorities, and then we discuss how we're going to actually measure those. So we're coming down to brass tacks of hard numbers we can measure either in practice or from observing game film, and setting our baseline at the start of the program and setting an objective for the end of the program. And we've done really well with players of all ages in our target age group of 10 to 14-year-olds of absolutely achieving those results every time. Well, the player is not going to set an expectation too high for a 90-day program. They're going to set it where they think it's achievable, and we're going to help them go get it. So again, the 2 parts, the focus funnel, really 2 different shortcuts we use. One is to filter our instructions, make sure we are giving the player only the essential information they need to take an action right now. And then we're using our filter of taking all the data we know about the player to set priorities and achieve measurable results.